Hello everyone, how good of you? Welcome back to the streets of Knutes, our growing, well, city that is looking right beautiful if you know where to look, that is. Because, of course, it's not always peaceful in Knutes, nope. Some people are trying to jump down buildings, like over there, I guess. Some people downright are really angry at us, so we do also have riots and fires in the city right now. But before we begin, let me quickly introduce you to the sponsor of this video, Skillshare, an online learning community with thousands of online classes ready for you to discover and enhance your skills. From photography to gardening, video editing to freelancing, the possibilities are endless. Start with individual learning videos or follow whole guided learning paths from scratch, exploring new ways of leveling up your skills, whether you want to learn for your personal growth or enhancing your skills for your business. So recently I've noticed I needed some additional skills in Photoshop for my thumbnails, so I looked it up on Skillshare and voila, there it is, a full class from beginners to advanced. I chose From Paper to Screen by Kat Coquillette. In several extensive videos, she showed me new ways of creating patterns and how to scan real-life artwork for my digital thumbnails. Skillshare is completely ad-free and new classes launch each week. The entire catalog is also now available with subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese and German. So don't wait and join the community today. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the video description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium. Like here in the outskirts. Oh my goodness, there is actually more fire over there. I didn't even see this. The investor buildings are on fire. So the firefighters are already there in the area. Probably because they probably mind that we have still some dirt roads there, by the looks of it. And there's actually people with a wheelchair now. I've never seen that before. And then we got the firefighters. And over there is the occasional riot that you also have in this city. Those are very lively people with a temperament. Gotta say that. Like that. And yeah, we just continue, of course, paving the road, so these people are not that angry anymore, because I'm pretty sure it's just because of the paved roads that we want to have in this area. Now, back to business, because we have a business to attend to. And one of them is, beside paving the roads of Knutes, we also, of course, want to expand Knutes. And for that, I've already prepared my next steps over here. So we have this area available now. And we do have still something else that we can do. Let's check out our consumption rates here real quick, because what we can see is that first of all, we do have a nice supply of sausages there, so it's a nice surplus of 6 that we have right now. And since we are using now wood for the soap, I don't need that many pigs anymore. We have a pretty high pig production. That means, yeah, I can actually get rid of some of those pig farms, get some additional attractiveness, get some additional farmers back, and in that case, space. And space that we can use for more city space or more city districts like this one here. Actually, let's use one of these blocks for that, because it's just so easy to squeeze it in, like so. And since this one has a paved road, let's just have the paved road here as well. Behind that, we could still add some more right by the mountain. Definitely a bit of a dangerous area there in case there is going to be some stone falling down from the mountain, but those people definitely know what to do, right? They have insurance. That's the important thing. Next up, we do have still lots of sausage, so we don't need that many sausages anymore. I can get rid of those 4 just fine. We do get back some workforce there again. Let's just quickly also check it out. So we have a surplus of +2, and that's already fine too, because the remaining people that do consume sausage, like my artisans, we will also be upgrading more of them in the future. By the way, those guys here probably lack a university. That's right, before they would like to upgrade. And here, well, we do have the space for a bit of more city. And this is going to look pretty cute there, I think. Either we go with a city district or we go with my scholars in this area. This would actually be a very nice location for scholars. Thinking about scholars, we probably should start finishing that African expedition. So this would be my goal now. Let's quickly also move those breweries over, because there we just have the space for it now available. We don't need to have the breweries that close anymore to the city. And I'm just going to have some connection here and some connection here. They will continue, and we can also continue then here. There's the marketplace with some additional houses that we want to have in this area. Let's go ahead with that, and probably also 2 more here, right? And that's it for now. But it's at least something. So a few more houses that we're growing towards this area. And that's of course only the beginning of more. Now, before we go to Enbesa, I would like to check if we can upgrade any artisans. No, we cannot really do this, but a university is needed. So this is a really good location for a university. For that, however, once again, let's move some buildings. In that case, we can move those sailmakers. Let's actually move the workers that we have in this area. And I would definitely need one more here. There you go. There we have those guys over again. We can get rid of this road here and probably, let's just check it out. The university is pretty big, so we will definitely still need to destroy something here. We could go do it like that or like that. We also would have the public library. I could go the difficult route, to be honest, right? The public library has a really nice range, and it should also give me the university fulfillment. So yeah, let's go with the library. What certainly helps is that here in the artisan district, we no longer need the marketplace and the pub. This makes it possible to save this whole space there for moving my hospital over there, right? Actually, let's move it to the main road. Just makes more sense, right? So that we have this road that we could also just pave away. Like so. So that this hospital is in a better location, and then we use the remaining space here for those leftover artisans that we have, and this makes way more room available. There's also this school here that we can move over there. These guys do want a school though as well. I'm going to use it to build a second school for this district, right? So this one has now a school and this one has a school, and this gives me a bit more space again here in the center that we're going to need. Plus also, yeah, one central school is just not going to cut it, right? And then I still need to watch out. Yep, this can actually work already. Let's just add those artisans to that side. And I might actually have still some room left for additional houses then. And add this one here as well. Let's get rid of those. That road there and of this road. This makes it possible. And this is a beautiful building. I hope it does cover everything that I want. Other than that, we just have a nice building. Let's just see. This is the better location, of course, and let's place it right away. And yes, unfortunately, it is covering the university need that we have for this beauty here. There's still something, and here that is then the road that goes over there, and we might actually beautify this one here too with another smaller park or whatever we can squeeze into these tiny areas there, right? Like a fountain. With the engineers, we get some better plazas available now that we can use. Or even with the investor. Yes, very good. Start doing this too. And then, wait a second, with the workers, we have the elm trees. We can have them in these tiny spots. And with that, we do have some beautiful new landmark building. A beautiful new landmark building right in the city. The library, which is also acting as a university, of course, it's huge. It's bigger than the bank, I think, that we have right now. And the hospital was big before, right? And the hospital is now dwarfing in comparison. Beautiful, really. And with that, Knuters is getting more character. Let's just also add here some more paved road. And of course, also here across the street, those buildings should have the proper entrances, so that this whole thing here is looking civilized and totally not desolated or anything like that. Very good. Also, of course, these people here will want to upgrade then. What we still need to give them is the canned food. So canned food need, there you go. We can check it out. Also our cannery, so the pigs and the iron, is it boosted? It's not boosted. We could boost it by 50%, or we just build another one. Let's build another one. I'm over here as well. Like so. And then I can just build another cannery as well. That's something for all these artisans, right? They definitely want that. Much better. Now with the artisans, it's... oh, yeah, very good. There's still a surplus despite this cannery not working yet. So this will fulfill them again. And with that, we will be able then to upgrade those artisans now too. Now, another thing I really wanted to do before we upgrade the engineers and go to Enbesa is over here, the brick factories. I will need to move them away, unfortunately. They don't require electricity. They are also not really profiting from it. I could just build 2 more brick factories and get the production loss that I have when they don't use electricity, right? So it's not a big deal. We have the sawmills over there, so having the brick factories close by actually makes a bit of sense to me. And with that, what I can do here is then getting my steam motors over, because my steam motors do require electricity, and the problem with them is that I would need another power plant somewhere else, and also the space is getting a bit scarce, and we do really need to watch out for it. Those 2 we can still add. Let's have them over there for now, and this one here as well. This one, there you go. There's this trade union here that is affecting the brick factory, so this one we will also need to move over. Oh, wait a second, what else does it do? The concrete factories as well, the workforce needed, and produces steel beams. So we got the concrete factories. Let's just take this one with us, because I would still like to continue boosting my concrete factories as well. This lumberjack hut is not really needed. We're producing way too many logs at the moment anyway, so that I can use both of them here. Reduced workforce is nice, of course, to have, but also very nice to have is the steel beams that are coming out of this. So let's quickly also upgrade this warehouse there. And this is all working again right over there. And with that, yep, we have space. And space is just the most important thing on such a tiny island. That's it. It should also get full electricity. It is. And we can go ahead now and build us the sewing machine factories. The steam motor factories. 2 at the maximum I would like to have. If we can squeeze in 3 here, that would be wonderful, and we can. Just perfect, right? This is how I would like it. And let's just also check it out. Electricity, electricity, electricity. We could even squeeze in a 4th one, to be honest. If I play this one right, I have a feeling that this is working out. So we do have the bicycles over there. Well, we could actually squeeze in 2 more if I like to. Just needed to get rid of one of the warehouses, and we do have this tiny area there available where I definitely should have another fire station, because these industries like to blow up. And I could also, of course, use this spot for another trade union here, because I haven't used one yet. I've just moved it away, so this might also be an option. But yeah, we got lots of potential steam motors. Let's build 2 of them right away. 150,000 is really steep, but it's absolutely required. Steel and brass they're going to need. We have a huge production of steel. So steel right now is at a, once it's fully working, of +6. There it is. It's full right now. So that's most likely why. Oh, it's actually not full. Oh, okay, we do lack some more iron ore, that's it. But if it's fully working, we do have a surplus of 6 steel. And it's consuming not that much steel in addition. And brass, of course, we are importing, and brass we should actually have a couple of 100 tons by now. 600 tons, very good. So this is not a big deal. Very important goods that we will get out of this one. With that, we will have then the ability to build steamships. Now, let's also go back here to my artisan district, because yep, now we can upgrade. Now we're talking. Let's go ahead and upgrade the next bunches. So this one here, and probably also, oh, I'm out of bricks, so we need to wait there a bit more. This was more expensive than I thought. And by the way, let's just check it out. Perhaps a bit of a different tone, but to be honest, yeah, let's go ahead with the brick tone. The brick tone just really fits with my libraries, so it just fits together better. Also with my artisans. These really don't fit together so well. Also, Carl Leonard is offering us a non-aggression pact, and he would even pay us some money for that. I'm going to accept for now, because the real enemy at the moment is the Admiral anyway. Once he's gone, we can focus on the other opponents. Even though, of course, this is getting increasingly difficult the more we wait, to be honest, because they're building up some serious fleets here right now. And Carl over there as well. So it's just good that we're not at war with them yet. But of course, there is something big coming. Now, before we really go to Enbesa, I just want to point out, it's beautiful to see how the city develops. Over here, we just have a big sea or ocean of worker residences plugged into it. And over here, we do have then, you know, with the addition of engineers, we have parks coming up. We have big monumental buildings coming up as well. So the city just gets character over time. The higher developed the buildings are, right? So this one is really looking boring and dull. And here we do really see then civilization coming up at something where you can look at it. Of course, we have lots of work to do here with the ornaments still. But finally, let's go ahead and have to the Land of Lions. There is one more event. Smoke on the Watchers. And ship Asturian captain, she's gaining on us. It's an attack and aim to shatter her hull. So the enemy's ship. We do have a frigate. Back in the days when a frigate was the most powerful ship that we had. And a first volley crashes into the enemy's side. Then a second as the lower team let loose. And your guns or your friend here will taste lead. So I will pay for the man's release. So someone was captured. Let's pay for him with beer. Here, Brad. Nothing works, so we can't pay. So the man, unfortunately, will probably die. And just after a bit of bobbling around, we will finally arrive in Enbesa.
May I introduce my benefactor?
And unfortunately this time we're not going to focus on the story at all. So we've done this now 3 times. It is fine for me to not do it all the time. As we can see in Enbesa, my opponents of course are already here. That was to be expected, but it doesn't really matter since we do have Taborime as the main island focused anyway, and Taborime is all we need really to unlock us these scholars that I would like to get. So the first thing we need to do here is with my frigate. Holy cow! What is happening here? Must have been some serious battles already in Enbesa if it's looking like that. The Admiral is pretty strong over here, right? He's got lots of warships. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 islands captured. There's still some islands down here ready for us. And Beryl is here. And Carl is over here. But yeah, not very strong. Let's sail to the lighthouse as Ketima wants us to. And then we'll be able to get this one. Yeah, my frigate. Of course, the Admiral has seen my ship. And we probably will lose this one. But we could purchase another ship right over there at Ketima. And still get the islands. However, I will of course need to send some of my ships over here if I want to secure those channels. So we should do this. Let's go ahead. We do have some offer. Let's take half of them, I guess. We definitely do need a bigger fleet, right? So that's a few of them. 6. Let's take those 6 to Taborime. There you go. Off they go. And we still have those left. And of course, we continue building some more. Well, those clippers are waiting for further instructions. Here in the shade of my palace. Thank you very much, Admiral. That is so kind of you. That was a frigate built a long time ago. Doesn't matter. I'm not worrying about the loss. Oh, and just casually he's also attacking Beryl right away. She's just at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's got some ships here. I'm surprised. Yep, okay. Okay, stop my fleet that is moving already. No way. They're already out? Nah, can't be. They're merged again. I'm taking more ships. I'm taking those. We need to have a stronger force in the region. Let's take that one too. Those are moving now to Taborime, right? 10 ships on the way. Looking majestic as such a big fleet is starting to move. In our really busy harbor area. We do have some bricks again, so I would like to just add a few more engineers to this area. And yeah, let's use the same skin. Oh, we're going to use the old skin here and the new skin here, because that's just fitting so much better together with those brick buildings. Another thing that we can still do, let's build that next trade union for another 20 influence that we need to spend on it. We do have some beautiful buildings still, or items, and that is the Steely-eyed Steelsmith. This one affects the steelworks, and with negative attractiveness is reduced by 50% and the productivity is increased by another 30%. So this will see us a nice jump there as well for all of these. I should read more carefully, of course. This is not the item I had in mind. There's the same item that affects the furnaces. This one affects the steelworks. So there we have it now. This is increasing our attractiveness, and it's also boosting my weapon factories and my steelworks, of course, that we're going to need then as well. And the heavy weapons factory. So that is the one that we are going to need for our battleships then as well. So we can have this in the area too. There's also the spectacle factory still being affected by the trade unions, so I would like to use the optometrist Otto right away. So the spectacle factories produce 40% more and occasionally produce glass on top of that. So we can use both of them here within the radius. This one we probably will be able to move to this one as well if I want to. And yes, we could easily squeeze it into like so. And with that, we have then those spectacles working as well. Even though they're boosted now, of course, so spectacles should be fine. I mean, consumption goes up with the engineers, but we are fine still. Alright, my warships are on the way. Yet I would like to try it like this. Let's purchase this little schooner for 5,000. Doesn't really hurt us that much. And click on the... With that, we have finished that step. And I can now click on this trade post. And with that, we have Taborime under our control. Now, I'm not entirely sure they're going to completely ignore us. I think they do, because this is my main island. But I have something in mind like they don't. They might actually attack Taborime. So I'm a bit cautious here. Let's just start building anyway.
Minuscule gain. You must be very proud.
I'm building slower than you? I don't believe that.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Alright, and now they're settling on the other islands as well, it seems. And we can just happily continue now in this new territory. So we do need to follow now the main quest, New Taborime, settling in, right? Building a marketplace, building a warehouse, and getting us some Wanzer timber done. I love that name. Wait a second. Let's have the Wanzer over here for now. There's then my main road. That goes to this. And here we will then have our Wanzer timber woodcutter that is producing then, and 4 of them should be fine. And then we still have that beach area as well that I can use for the occasion. Next up, we do need the marketplace and then also our first residences, so the shepherd residences. We can use the ones with the courtyard too. And I would also like to use some, of course, with our other style. So this one here. Like so. And there's going to be a musician's court then somewhere here as well. Let's just check this out. I think here we could have it. Or across the street. Across the street is better because it's going to affect all of them as well. And we can just safely have 2 blocks of houses here. Let's make it actually just 1 block. And then more of these on the other side. So it's paramount that we continue here with this one now. Oh, newspaper as well. So we're still using for the newspaper the full propaganda as well for now. Those guys.
A few sheets of pulp and the gutter is satisfied.
There you go. The first shepherds are moving into Taborime.
Goods are but a fraction of what is traded. Tales.
He likes that. Next step, we would already have prepared this, and that's our woodcutters. So this costs me then the shepherds that just are moving in, but it's going to be fine, of course. And let's just have a few more as well. They're really not expensive.
You may want to build these a little way off. Noisome.
Meanwhile, my main fleet has left. Oh, and also Age of Cultivation, we've started with Taborime now. Yeah, and my main fleet has left the old world and is on its way now to Enbesa over there. Before I really fully expand in Taborime, I'm going to wait for this fleet to arrive, right? Because the Admiral could actually take it over, I think. So I'd rather wait for that just a few seconds. Nothing really gets hurt if we're just waiting. We could, however, continue there with upgrading a few more artisans right over there. Who is here? Really? The Admiral. And we don't really have the biggest force anymore available. There I might be very careful about how many ships I'm going to use on that. This one we can definitely take out though.
That's it. Show those crazy plans what for.
How dare he? Getting into my territory. Oh, okay, he's greedy. He wants to take down one of my ships. We'll just see. Silver. Do we have items on these ships? At least one of them should have something. There it is, yes. At least one of them has some items. And down. Perfect. That at least both of them are down. That's just that. And over there another schooner is getting probably destroyed, but I don't really care. Coal mine or the douche. We have an explosion. Very important that we rectify this ASAP. We do need all the coal in the world. Or my hungry furnaces. And there's also some ruins here. There's another ruin. Sand mine. Oh. Oh, okay. Some of my grain farms were on fire, it seems. I don't have enough timber there anymore. Let's just... But I do have my sawmill. Oh yeah, it's getting transported away, right? There it is. And it's full anyway, so no problem. It's just unloaded to get the grain farms to full working conditions again. And then also here in the new world. But that's it. No more ruins as far as the eye can see. Just lots of work to do ahead of us. And yeah, I'm pretty sure by now this is going to be my scholar area, because it's just destined to look like that. I guess. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Ship under attack.